A very good evening to one and all. Good evening, children. So, welcome to the e-learning class. Today, we are going to discuss Intermediate First Year Economics, first chapter, Introduction to Economics. And in this chapter, only a few definitions are remain, children. Remaining everything I explained, children, from the first chapter. So, today we are going to discuss about three definitions: welfare definition, scarcity definition, and the growth definition. So let us start first with the welfare definition. Welfare definition. Remember, children, in our previous class when we discussed about the wealth definition, who explained the wealth definition? Father of economics, Adam Smith. And what he explained, children, that economics is a science of wealth. Only he explained in his definition that he gives importance only to the wealth only. But Alfred Marshall, he criticized this definition. And he explained his own definition, that is a welfare definition of economics, in his book Principle of Economics. In the year 1890, Alfred Marshall, he wrote a book, Principles of Economics. In this book, he mentioned about welfare definition. So what is welfare definition? Okay, so the welfare definition, the definition is, it is a study of mankind. What he explained, that economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. That means we people are also living a very ordinary life, common life. So it is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So this economics, it examines that part of the individual and social action. Part of the individual and social action which is mostly connected with the attainment and the use of material requisites of well-being. So in examination, you are supposed to write this definition only. So let me clearly explain about this definition. Just simple one, children. This is a definition that explains about the ordinary business of life. Ordinary business. In our life, as a human being, what we do, children? We do all the works to attain material requisites. That means, what he is explaining, that in ordinary business of life, man or the human being, they work hard to get all the material things. Material things. Okay. But it is not connected with non-material things. Is it clear? So according to the Alfred Marshall, welfare economics is economics that study the ordinary business of life, mankind, for the attainment of material requisites. Materials, the things. That means we people, we do the hard work throughout in our life to get some things, certain things in our life. That means things or the material are very important in our life. That means Adam Smith, he said that was a study of only wealth. But what he's telling, that wealth should be used for the attainment, to get all those materials. We should get wealth, we should do the hard work, we should earn the money, and that money we have to spend to purchase material goods. Okay, that means it is related with only material goods. Is it clear? So this is the definition given by Alfred Marshall. So this definition was supported by A.C. Pigou. This definition was supported by the economists called as A.C. Pigou and Edwin Cannon. They followed Marshall definition. So what we understood, children, from this definition? What is an importance of Marshall definition? That this definition gives importance to material things. Okay, and it does not touch the non-material things. That is the importance of Marshall definition, children. With that one, in this one, can we find, children? So this is a definition that works for the welfare of human beings, human activities. How can we say that we are living a good life? By seeing all those things that are there in our home. So what is the importance? It explains about the welfare activities of the human being. So this is the importance of Marshall definition. Now, you know very well everything in this world is not free from criticism, is not free from the faults. Many people are there who found certain mistakes in Alfred Marshall definition of welfare. So they criticized this definition. So what is the criticism? Let us discuss now about the criticism. So children, let us discuss about the criticism. Criticism of Marshall definition. What is Marshall definition? Marshall definition is mainly confined to the welfare of the people, welfare of the human beings. What he mentioned that the only base of this economics, the study of this economics, is related to the ordinary activities of human beings. And our ordinary activities is that, children, to get all the material, by the help of that, we can live a good life. That means throughout our life, we people, we chase to get all the material things only. Okay, only material things. But he did not give any importance to non-material things like political, like social, like others. So on this basis, this definition was criticized. And this definition was strongly criticized by Robbins, who explained the third definition called as a scarcity definition of economics. So what Robbins mentioned? What is this one? So the first criticism, children, that economics is a social science rather than a human science. Robbins mentioned that. Marshall mentioned that the economics is a human science that studies about the human activities to get material things. Whereas Robbins mentioned that economics is a social, it should relate to the society. It should relate to the society, it should relate to the resources that are available in the society and etc. So Robbins mentioned that economics is a social science rather than a human science. That means he is neglecting that economics, he is rejecting that economics is a human science. That was explained by the Marshall. So he is telling that it is a social science that we will discuss immediately after this one. Second one, Robbins mentioned that Marshall restricted the scope of economics to material things only. Yes, in the importance only we discussed. What Robbins is telling? Robbins has mentioned that this study of economics is related to the only material things. But this study is not related to the non-material things. So it is not touched with the non-material things. So that is explained by Robbins. So Robbins is telling that Marshall, he restricted to the scope of economics to the only material thing. But children, in our life, do we have only material things? Do we not have any concern from any relation with the non-material things? Only we give importance to things only? No. So on this basis, this definition was rejected. Number third, according to Robbins, welfare is subjective in nature. Welfare is subjective. That change according to the person, time and place. Is it so? That welfare is subjective in nature, that should change according to the time, place and person. But what Marshall did? He measured this welfare by the things. Which things? Suppose I can say that yes, I am living a very good life. On what basis I am telling this one? By seeing all the things that are material things that are there in my home. So material things are the base for Marshall. But Robbins mentioned that no, material things are not measured. We cannot calculate the happiness of a person. The peace of a person depends only on the material things. So he said that his definition is that the welfare is subjective, that can change according to the time, place and also according to the person. It cannot be measured. So on these three bases, this definition was rejected. Is it clear? So these are the three criticism, children, that we find, that economics is a social science, it is not a human science. Second one, that Robbins mentioned that Marshall restricted the scope of economics to the material things only. And the third thing, the economics is not material things are not measurable. They cannot measure it. It can change according to the time, place and the persons. Is it clear? So this is, children, about the welfare definition of economics. That is very important from the examination point of view. For 5 marks it may come, or sometime it may ask for the 10 marks in combination with wealth definition. Is it clear? So up to now 2 definitions we completed. Wealth definition, where Adam Smith gave importance only to wealth, to money. Marshall gave importance to only material things. Now let us discuss what is explained by Robbins. So what is Robbins' definition, children? Robbins' definition is scarcity definition. Okay, I think it's better to discuss this one in the next class. So in my next class, children, I explain you about the scarcity definition of Robbins and also the growth definition of Samuelson. Okay, till that time, children, material is already in your hand. You can go through the material. You can go read the textbook, children, and improve your knowledge. Okay, so by the time, children, it's time to take leave. Thank you. Thank you one and all. Thank you, children.